So one of the principles in Eastern philosophies and Tantra is the idea of as above, as below, as below, as above. And what this means is that your internal world creates external world, and your external world creates internal world, so that they're a mirror of each other. So your external world is a mirror of your internal world. And now what that means in pickup is that if you're doing pickup and the woman is doing shit test, like you're too short, you're too fat, you're too ugly, you're too black, you're too brown, you're too white, you're too old, you're too young, whatever it is, right? You're too poor, you're too rich, whatever. If a woman is giving you shit tests like that, that means somewhere in your subconscious, somewhere in your psyche, you believe that. So if the woman is saying you're too short, I don't date short men or whatever it is, right? Or I don't date black guys or whatever, right? It means you, not her, somewhere deep in your psyche, you also have that belief. You also believe that. And so if to get her to stop saying it, you have to pull those weeds out of your brain somehow. You have to get rid of those negative beliefs about yourself. And one way to do that, journaling. So you just sit down and you write, okay, so, I tried to chat with a woman today, and she said I was too brown, for example. That would be my thing, right? Obviously. And so you sit down and you journal, this, what it means to you. And you'll find that when you're journaling, you'll find that in your psyche, you believe it at some point, at some deep level, somewhere you believe it. And you pull those weeds out. And once you pull those weeds out, you'll find that the external world starts to change. Sadhguru has a really good example on that. Here, like really good. I had to listen to this example 4 or 5 times before I even understood it. But basically what he says is there's a guy, right? His wife had told him, look, you got to be home before 9 p.m, right? So he's on his way home. He comes across his favorite pub and he goes, well, I'll just go in for a quick half. He's in there, his mates are in there, and before he knows it, it's 1 a.m. in the morning, he's drunk, right? And he's like, oh man, I'm in trouble. So he's tried to, stagger home, but because he's drunk, he's falling all over the place. And anyway, on the way home, he falls in some thorns and some bushes, and he gets some cuts on his face, right? But he makes it home. Finally gets in through the door, slowly walks in, carefully. His wife is asleep, so he goes and, goes to the bathroom, looks at his face, and he's got all these cuts on his face, bruises and all that. So he gets some plasters, puts them on, and then goes to bed. In the morning, his wife wakes him up with a bucket of cold water. He's like, well, what's going on? I didn't drink last night. Why are you throwing? And she goes, and she grabs him and she pulls him into the bathroom. And in the bathroom, on the mirror on the bathroom, it's got all these plasters. So he was so drunk that instead of putting the plasters on his face, he put them on the mirror. So what this example about your inner world creates your outer world, it basically explains that really well. So what that means is that the issues are inside us, but the external world is our mirror. So we try to fix the external world. So we go into a room, we look in the mirror, we see these cuts on our face, which is actually on us, right? But it's not out there. So what we do is we patch it up in that mirror, make it look good. But then it reoccurs because we go out of that room, go to another mirror in there, and we go, oh my God, the cuts are still there. So we put it on that plaster, on that mirror again. And we keep doing that because we're trying to fix a problem that's inside of us. that is with us in the mirror, which is the external world. So if you got angry people in your life, if you got negative people in your life, it's because you are also angry and you are also negative somewhere in your psyche. Like I used to be always angry. I was like insanely angry. I was always angry, always pissed off, always negative, you know, and the people around me were the same. And then I did a lot of work on myself, and I'll tell you, one of the most powerful things you can do to fix this is called Vipassana. I'll give a talk on that later. But once you get rid of, pull the weeds out, you'll find your shit tests automatically become less and less and less. So work on yourself, you know, get this sorted out. I'm working on this at the moment. All right, enjoy. So that's my take on the you know, the principle of the mirroring effect in the universe. It's just a model, it's just a principle. It doesn't mean it's reality, but you know, reality is too complex to be understood. So we have to, because we are simple creatures, there's no way we could understand reality. We have to simplify it and turn it into models of reality to be able to understand it. All right, enjoy.